Wake up, got a little small run in the morning, stretching at 9. Start running the day at probably 10:15. Warm up for 15 minutes, go back, get some gas. Probably do sections for 45 minutes, work on technique, go back, gas, get some water, 1 lap, 2 lap sprints, go back for lunch, come back 2 motors, done for the day, wash your bike up, gym at 4.
Pull up to the gate, I'm just totally relaxed. My goggles on my handlebars.
When I pull up to the gate, I try to focus on myself and talk to myself, try to give myself confidence.
The first thing I do when I pull up to the gate,
I pray, I meditate, I just try to stay calm and not overthink it.
I would definitely always have my earphones or something, walking up like in staging and stuff. Like I don't really talk to nobody. I just be in my own little bubble.
I just sort of like amp myself up. Most times I get there early, just try to calm myself down and get in the right mindset.
sometimes I'll do jumping jacks to warm myself up.
I look for the Bassett line.
If it's a deep rut, I'm gonna knock down the sides of the rut.
If it's a little bit curved, I try to set up my gait to maneuver the curve.
And then fill in to make your rut a little wider. You'll shut the base down and just chill, I guess.
Pull up, put my goggles on, don't speak, I just try to visualize the race.
Try and visualize yourself getting in front, hitting all the jumps.
I'm not really talkative or like, I don't really get like hyped up and just really just sit there and just
Look at all the competition real quick.
I just say to myself, I want to get the whole shot.
Like the minute you lose focus, everything could go left. So
Just relax, don't worry about anything else but myself.
I pray.
I make sure my feet are tucked between my peg and my shifter and my brake.
I just focus and just try to think about getting a good start.
I would go through the whole race in my head how I wanted to go.
But I'm cracking jokes on the line too, so you know what I mean? It's all fun to me.
I try to get myself in a little mood, focus, like you could do this. Basically like tell myself I'm the fastest on the line.
Focus on the start, focus on the bike.
And then it's whatever after that.
I'm just relaxing and just cracking. Pull shot. Let me get that.
When you tell people you race motocross, what's the first thing they say?
What's motocross?
Like a lot of people, I wouldn't say I don't look like I ride bikes, but a lot of people like got a little confused. So.
When I tell them I race motocross, they're always like, does my stomach hurt when I jump? Or what does it feel like to be in the sky?
They can't believe it. They're like, no way, you're serious? You ride? I'm like a calm type of guy, but they're like, yo, rider, whoa, you're crazy.
What's the first thing they say?
I don't tell nobody.
You're too ill. They ask me, what is it? So when I tell people in America I race motocross, they ask me what is, I say dirt bike riding, and they understand. But Bermudians call it scrambling, which nobody else understands in the whole world. So.
Oh, that's a crazy sport. Oh, how you do that sport? No.
They're blown away, like they don't believe me. Like,
That's a pretty dangerous sport. Are you sure you can handle it? And I tell them, yes, I can handle it.
Hey, I love it. I'm took plenty licks and I still get up and keep going. It's all about what you love.
Oh, you do backflips and stuff? It's like, what?
Dirt bikes, like down south side, and just like, yeah, gotta come down and watch.
Look, yeah. Look forward.
my first experience with this sport, I'll take you way back with that one. Training school up in Warwick. There used to be popos. There was this nice track out there. But that was the first time I saw guys ride.
My first experience with the sport, I was...
Probably when I was about 4-ish, when for Christmas my dad got me a electric bike, and I rode that around a lot.
My daddy actually put me on a bike at, say, 5 years old, put boots on me and put me on somebody's bike, and I rode at Coney Island.
Next thing you know, I went Coney, so guys ride at Coney. I had to get down the track. All that riding, I had to get down there.
I did about a lap, and then the next year I got a PW80. I've been riding ever since, 36 years old.
Way back in the day, we were on a campsite back in England, and I could hear some dirt bikes riding. And me and my brother took a little adventure through some trees and stuff like that. Probably went through a fence we shouldn't have went through, and came out right in the middle of a track looking at it. I was like, this is something I gotta do. Wicked.
The sport in Bermuda is big, but I think it could be bigger.
I feel like it's underrated, kind of.
Bermuda motocross probably doesn't have the best name.
A lot of people give it a bad name.
It gets a bad rap because, you know, guys can't resist the urge of riding in places they shouldn't be riding. That's what gives us a bad rap. But when people come down there and see what we're really doing, how many kids is actually racing, they get excited.
Because it brings a lot of the youth out from all parts of the island.
I feel like it's a little weak. Like, we guys don't promote it right, you know what I mean? Ain't got the best challenging track, like. I feel like we could amplify that deal, you know what I mean? But from the outside looking in, you don't really get the fullness of it, like.
I feel like it just ain't as big as all the other sports. On some occasions it is, but just not as big as it should be, I think.
It ain't the best reputation. It ain't like football or cricket or something like that.
I think it could be better.
Our name's basically like got bad vibes wrapped around it for some reason. I don't know what it is, but it's always had that bad vibe from
issues, politics, some stuff's happened in between the committee.
6, 7 committees ago, like it's always just had that negative stigma around it. I don't know why, but I know why, if you get what I'm saying.
But I mean, it's still growing somewhat. It's still different people, different riders coming in.
Growing pretty fast, actually. I see a lot of new riders coming around.
We just got to keep it up, and hopefully the good turns out.
Well, I actually had somebody that's won at the highest level, which is Jyire Mitchell.
I'm raced pretty much in most states in America. Done Loretta Lynn's biggest amateur race. As far as pro-wise, in America, I done the Arena Cross Series. I done that in a couple of states on the East Coast. Raced up in Canada, the Pro Series. Raced in France for the World Menace. Raced in Belgium. I feel like we're kind of been pushed away from everything. We're so far away from pretty much everything. We're just done small little lot of land, but I ain't been down here in years, and the last couple of years I have came down, it's progressed a lot, so it's getting better. Track's better, the riders are getting better. We're progressing.
A lot of people never rode Coney Island.
Yeah, I've got about two and a half years at Coney Island before we came Southside.
Coney Island wasn't the best track. Location, it was the best location. We used to bury trucks. We had a brick in like the middle of the track, and we had to avoid it to race the track. Like, it was hard packed, and it didn't get groomed as much. Our grooming was a bucket and a wheelbarrow, and that's how we did Sandy Hill and majority of the track.
Track location's actually good. Like, for Bermuda, it's like almost the only spot we could have without like people complaining about the noise. So,
track-wise, I think this is the best track. If we had this at Coney Island, it would be amazing.
Oh, well, since I live in Somerset, I think it should be more central.
I think we need 2 tracks. This is way too far. Like, I think it needs to be more central. More people will come out, more action.
Location is not all there, but the actual track is better.
There's nothing wrong with the facility, per se. I'll say it's more so the track.
Yeah, this is just, I feel like it's just pushed. It's a nice view, like people see it on YouTube, they're like, oh, you got to race next to the water. That's so nice, but look how skinny it is.
But it's better than Coney Island. No, I stand on that too. Way better.
When I'm at the gate, I've got butterflies, but as like my dad always told me, when the gate drops, the bullshit stops.
What goes through your mind when you're racing?
Blank. Nothing. Just blank.
Myself and not backing out.
I want to win. But if someone's in front, I'm learning from them. And then I'm trying to take that in.
Just looking for lines, looking ahead.
Just hitting my same mark, trying to hit the same point every time.
Just riding. It's the only thing I think that can make me block out everything that you think of, all your life problems, job, everything that doesn't matter. Just focus on what you're doing is riding. That's the addictive part about it.
I know who's coming second place.
Pretty much everybody in the over 30s class is my biggest competition.
In the over 30s class, myself.
Aaron Kennedy right now.
Right now, it's Ben. Ben's doing it, yeah, 199.
My biggest competition is Nyla.
I learned.
But that's not really a drop because I'm the points leader right now. Trying to win my first championship. I think I can do it.
Yeah. After this race, you want to play? Yeah. Okay. My first bike was a Yamaha PV50. PV50 Yamaha.
A PW50.
PV50.
A PW50.
My first bike was a PW50. A Yamaha PV. PV.
Next up on the gate, we have the PV50 class.
I think this is probably the most PV riders I'm seeing in my life in Bermuda.
Tighten the turns, yeah? Don't go out of the rock, bro.
It's stacked up nice, like the future's looking bright for like the sport, like, you know what I mean?
So the PV class is like the best class, because that's the future of the sport.
Let's go, White!
The last 2 seasons were good. Like, we had more kids than we had gates, so it's like we had to start some kids in the back.
I think the PV class is one of the biggest classes on the damn circuit.
You can actually learn from these guys too, believe it or not, even though they're beginners, but you can actually learn from them.
Good help, Mike, good help, Mike! That ain't happening today, but I'm gonna tell you.
I mean, I'm hoping that it only gets bigger. I have a son that's getting ready to race it.
On it right now. Hungry for that. Let's go, boy.
Little parents are the best. That's all I can say about them.
I think it's funny. It's nothing like a 50 parent. Like, they're just built different.
They know how they act.
The mother parents are, they're different.
I love it, man, because they're just as invested as the rider, like, you know what I mean? I love it, like, they're out there screaming, carrying on. Like.
From first to the last gate, everybody wants their son to beat the next kid.
But it's like screaming at your kid and like getting all crazy is not gonna make them go faster. Like 9 times out of 10, you acting crazy on the side of the track is gonna like make them look.
It's always been very serious with the moto parents in Bermuda.
The moto parents in the States are definitely more hardcore than her. Guys are taking it there. You block past a kid, they're coming to your trailer and they're taking it there if they're really serious. Like, 'cause they don't know you.
Hey, knock it off.
Biggest competition by far is definitely Jyire Thompson. We have battles back to back, first, second, through the whole race. Some good competition, but it's fun, enjoyable.
I wanted to be originally number 2, but it's my birthday. I'm born November 5th. My name's Jyire Easton Thompson. I ride 125cc in novice class, 15 years old.
Yeah.
just wanna rap. This other beam me up to the mothership. I ain't from it anyway. Practice freestyle on renegade. Life gave me lemons, I turn that shit into Minute Maid. Y'all wave rider, my only interest to innovate. Music came but luckily I can penetrate. All I know is aim, target, lock, shoot, disintegrate. Once I hit the spit in this spaz and they hyperventilate. Yeah, I understand it's your wife, but I call her dinner plate. Super straight and super back.
My first experience with the sport, I was introduced to it at 4 years old. My dad took me down to a field on a Pee-wee, and then we just started from there, and then we started coming down the track. My daddy was on the back, turned me around, but then he just let me go. I did pretty good.
How nice is that? Yo, blacks if you don't write your rap. Y'all all partners anyway, no wonder Tyson back. This music legit is all I know. So my grind all the time, my vibe long as I grow. In my prime, in my mind, get signed, that's how I know. Get the money, the fame, maintain, that's how it goes.
I used to see gap in those guys. Yeah, I just picked it up. First race, I know I came second. I didn't come first. I came second, but it was me and Lano. We was battling, then it was Mikey out front.
Before I roll them, picture the fans who quote them, clean the knives before I load them. Something close to the scroll in case you wanna be that's a quick click, then I fold them.
I would describe myself more of a smooth rider, not really heavy on the clutch, and like to stay in like high gears, like third, fourth, fifth.
Like you owe them 'cause you tweaking for speaking my name.
I practice a lot of corners. Try to look forward, get my eyes up, perfect my technique every time I ride. I think I'm pretty good at jumping. When I was young, going 50, they used to call me Superman, because I always like to jump.
They listed 9, I'm off of 5 to figure 4. I flip that 10, that 6 again to give me more. That's real estate talk, it's up in the cakewalk. Sound force my Fruity Loops with Pro Tools and safe talk. This music legit is all I know. So on my grind all the time, my vibe long as I grow. In my prime, in my mind, get solid, that's how I know. Get the money, the fame, maintain, that's how it goes.
I've been to a lot of places. I've been to Florida, Alabama. Currently, I'm training at SOB MX in South Carolina. Tracks away are more difficult, bigger, rougher, and the competitions are obviously way harder. In Bermuda, there's only like 10, 15 guys on the gate, max, but out of the way, it's like 40 guys on the gate, all racing for the #1 position. I haven't gone away for a long time, like a year. See how it goes.
In my prime, in my mind, get signed, that's how I know. Get the money, the fame, maintain, that's how it goes.
I want to make it far in motocross, but that's the goal. Make it far and work hard.
All I know, all I know.
Yeah, I basically want to be a pro. I want to be a pro.
My training never stop. Yeah, I do cycling, bodybuilding, and running.
I do football and running.
I do push-ups, sit-ups.
I do more running than I ride.
I do track and field.
I go to the gym.
I stay fit for life, so I'm swimming.
At least 4 or 5 times a week.
I'm walking.
So I work out in the gym, I run.
And I'm running, you know what I mean? So I'm doing a bit of everything.
I train with Saki, bass trainer out.
Love that! Love that!
He keeps me fit.
Definition of top rider. When he rode and scrambling. Scrambling.
My name is Messiah Baker, 8 years old, and I ride in the 50 class.
How did you feel your first time ride?
I was really nervous. I couldn't get over a jump and I felt like giving up, but my brother came to me and said, never give up, and then I just did it.
That's the boy!
My first race, I came second last, and I did my hardest.
This past season, how did it go for you?
It went good. I got a lot of crashes, but yeah, it went good.
Which class was, let's say, more successful, the 50 or the PB class?
I would say the PB class. It's hard because they would normally put 50s right after PBs, and then I can't even get a sip of water.
say is your biggest competition?
Everybody in the 50 class.
How about the Pee-wee?
Cassidy.
What's your future with the sport? What are your goals in the coming years?
Win a race, jump the 100-footer, and go to Supercross.
How can I do this? Hey, you guys, you four are together. Everybody, this from you, this way, is together. Go, 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 go. As a trainer, like, I'm not the trainer that's gonna be on the side of the track, like, flagging you, like, waving you on and stuff. Like, you see on your bike, you gotta, like, have the gas on a little bit, because if you don't have the gas on and you try to hit it, it's getting bogged. Gas and push. You're gonna run over the gate, all right? What really made me want to start it is because growing up in Bermuda, like, I never had nobody that was, like, in Bermuda that was training and stuff. You kind of had to just learn everything kind of on your own, like if you're just your daddy. So for the most part, all my training came from overseas, so I kind of wanted to bring that to Bermuda without anybody have to spend thousands of dollars just to get the same training that I could give them. So that's basically why I started it. Basically stepped away from racing so I had time to do it. Feet on the pegs. You don't want to ride today? I should see no gaps in between your legs and the bike. You want to go play football? Basically, as soon as you landed off this single right here, you guys are sitting on. You want to go play piano? I saw a lot of sitting on, so I don't know what you guys are talking about.
He teaches me different techniques, and I'm starting to get, more introduced with the sport.
He's a good rider, good trainer.
I basically want to take somebody else and get them to go past me, like double, triple of what I done. Remember, drive forward, forward. There we go. Hey, 2 more laps. Just got one more. Just got one more. Remember the signs?
Yes.
All right, that's good. That's good. If you do these last 2 times right, you take a break.
What if I don't
Okay, stay over there. As long as I see you trying. I like to tell people how it is. Like, if your kid don't have potential, and obviously it's hard working for Bermudians and being honest. Hey, I feel like we're gonna work starts all day. That was terrible. Everybody starts with terrible. If you're not willing for me to be brutally honest with you, I can, Like, I've had trainers that tell me like I'm trash, like pack it the fuck up. Tell your parents, sell your bikes, and this is not the sport for you because you're riding like a pussy. I've had that. So it's like, I don't like sugarcoating stuff. It is what it is. All right, so that was a good session today, boys.
So who's a rider you've worked with that's made the most progress?
I would say Cody. From my training and my advice, it's probably Cody. How was that race, Chip Bag? What happened in that middle, Chip Bag? What happened? Can we get a word with you? Can we get a word with you, Chip Bag? We can't talk to you? You don't want to thank your sponsors? Who you like to thank? Oh, yeah? The sponsor said they're going to sell your bike.
My name's Cody. I'm 8 years old and I ride 50.
How'd you feel your first time riding?
Nervous, scared.
What's the reason behind your bike number?
My dad's mom's grave number because she passed away.
This past season, how did it go for you?
Pretty good. I came second, got a trophy during out the season, and I felt pretty good, pretty fast.
say is your biggest competition?
Senior.
What's something you think you need to improve on?
My corners, my jumping, my technique, my footwork, my elbows, keeping my head up straight.
What's something you think you're good at?
Ground speed.
Yeah.
I'm already thirsty.
Come on, about 10 more minutes and then we'll take
I
a break.
haven't drank all day.
We just started.
I haven't drank water all day for 5
Whose fault is
hours.
that? That's your fault.
No, it's not. It's my
Not my
teacher's
fault.
fault.
Try it one more time for me.
How come
Get it
you
straight.
double them?
I don't double them. I skim them.
I know double them.
No, you don't. Then it triples.
And double.
Have you raced or done any training overseas?
Florida, many years, Club of Max.
All right, what's your future with the sport?
To go pro, hopefully be better than my trainer, and improve on all my things that I'm not improving on.
Who would you say is your biggest competition in your class?
A Johnny Fogo.
I like a Johnny. I like how he rides. That's so, I like his style.
My name is Johnny Fogo, and I race 85s and 65s.
LJ DeGraff for sure. He's a hard boy, that guy.
All right, I'm Alan LJ DeGraff, race expert.
That guy does not give up. I love that.
I am 10 years old and I go 11 July 4.
One day, my daddy took me over to his friend's house and his son had a bike and I got a ride and I'm fell in love ever since.
So I first got my bike at FedEx. I rode it around and it did not go well. I crashed on my uncle's ankle and he got a rash.
First time, I think I done okay. I had a Pellini, everybody else at KTM, so I was a little bit behind the 8 ball, but I ended up getting a KTM and getting Rookie of the Year. Yeah, the season's actually going quite well. I started off winning the first 4 motors out of the 6, and I'm just been maintaining ever since I came out strong in the beginning of the season.
My number's number 24 because when my daddy was younger, he bought a bike and it had 24 on it, so we stick to that number.
I'm more a laid-back type of rider. I just let the 450 power work for me. I'm not really an aggressive rider. I just try to hit my marks and be smooth.
I focus on riding smart.
I don't really try to override too much.
Good at scrubbing, whipping?
I'm trying to work on it a little bit, but I'm getting there. I feel it's all right. Hey, I've been racing, so it's got to be working.
Kinda.
What's something you think you need to improve on?
Leaning back.
My corners are my weakness, but I'm trying to work on it. Hey, it's working out for me. Oh boy, hill expert class is stacked, man. You got Kaijan, Jonah, Zano, the old competition. I don't look at nobody as a weak link. Probably when I was about 14, I used to go away for the summer to Motor Park. As I got older, I haven't done no overseas training. I only took a little ride at Orlando MX in 2021 when I had took Johnny away, but that was just a little ride somebody gave me.
I came third in one race. One race I came sixth. I did good. This year.
Well, we are going to do mini years this year, 2023. But I would like to take them to do the Rattles in 2024. But just got to see how the funding goes and things like that. So yeah, we'll be looking for sponsors and stuff to help us to do that next year.
I have better start technique than him.
He always goes on the outside gate for starts for no reason, and I always get the hill shot and he doesn't.
On your period, bro.
Sometimes on my 50, sometimes. Sometimes.
My riding style, I picture myself to be like James Stewart, Chase Saxton, and Jack Lawrence, but I'm on the short side, so I'm thinking I look like them. I watch the video, I look like Ricky Carmichael with my little legs.
Hard on the clutch. Not really too much of a smooth rider. More on the gas, just wide open.
More aggressive, don't really care.
Terrible. Terrible. If I'd have been taught how to do it properly back in the day, I think I'd be a lot quicker now. But I kind of make it work for myself, but yeah, it's definitely not the style you should teach anybody.
My friends say I'm reckless, but I don't think I'm reckless. I just ride.
Got that stay wide or don't ride type of style, like just letting us go. I'm like a bulldog. I'm just going right through, hitting things on the curve where I am, how I'm doing it.
Scrub? I got scrub.
Top. Come on, man. Guys ain't scrubbing harder than Big Gap, you know? I'm scrubbing hard. Scrub.
Oh, you see me out there acting the field? Yeah. I'm a visual learner, so you know, self-taught.
I can scrub pretty good for my age.
I'm getting there, man. I'm practicing it time to time. It's not fully there yet, but it's getting close, so just keep working on it.
Come on, I'm nice with it.
How about whipping?
I'm not too nice with it.
I go whip.
I could definitely whip the bike out. When I was younger, I used to really be able to whip it out.
More like a butt whip.
Whipping? I ain't the master whipper. Like, I want to stay low. Like, whipping, you know, and whipping's pretty, it looks hot. You know, don't get me wrong, but I like to scrub.
Who's number one?
I think there's a lot of potential. A lot of kids know how to ride down there. Jyire, he made it to Loretta's on a PV a couple of years back.
Went to Loretta Lands in Tennessee and placed 6th overall.
Who would you say is your biggest competition down there?
Jyire. was I, Bert, and I ride 65cc and 85cc.
How old were you when you first started riding?
2.
What made you want to start racing?
My daddy. My first race, I came 2nd. Number 3.
And what's the reason behind that?
Eli Tomac.
What's something you focus on when you're racing?
Corner speed, ground speed, and getting my leg higher on the 85.
How would you describe your riding style?
Fast, good technique.
Good stuff. You know what happened, right? Gave up the inside with the bar. It's good. It's real good. I think it's just got to be more consistent. Like, at the end of the day, everybody's got the life. Like, motocross is not, I feel like for the most part, motocross isn't anybody's life in Bermuda.
Okay, only 100 footer, you know the last one? You know the last time proper 100 footer? Drop that for me on the last time.
I came down here after school one day, and I told my daddy I wanted to jump it. And he said, you wouldn't do it. And I think I worked on that jump all day after school, and I finally jumped it.
How long was that at that time? 100 something?
I think it was 115, something like that.
My name's King, and I ride in the 50 class. 7 years old.
Nah, wishing can get you half of that. They must believe when they see how we bring the smart attack. Ticking boxes looking like we really got that darker craft. Distant watching, they must have pre that I'm bringing sharpness back. Don't be daft, thinking of ghosts in the axe. To think I got time on my hands to pick up the phone just to chat. This is my time to get locked into it. I've signed up, I must pursue it. Assignments are stacking up, but my side is accustomed to it. I got people knocking, never stop to bother cause my people popping. This is not religious, when I pray I feel the repercussions. Desperation separates my name from those we see too often. That's the lane they dealt with from the start, the street was not my option. Nah. But I've been rolling with it, they see that I'm on my grind, so they lead me to grow the vision. The team that we got is tired to believe that we only winning. The reason I jump on mic is cause peeps never wanted winning.
And how long you been riding?
For 2 years. My mama's name is 10J, so we put 10.
He's growing, but in his time of growth, his actually grew very, very fast in what he's doing and how he's riding and everything.
Who's your biggest competition in your 50 class?
Tina.
What's it going to take to beat him?
I need to hit some more jumps and go faster on straightaways.
Listen, hell, I call that freedom and hell. I promote reading as well. Sometimes I'm eager and shell. Come from the region of melting cold into still I rebel. This is my field that excel. Give me a breather, recharge that energy, needed that well. Rested focus, money's not the only motive. Just find out my sister's pregnant, must make sure the family's cold. So we aim up, never set those limits. Come again, bruv, did I mention gimmicks? Come to pretend you're the one that's winning. Come for a set, never jumped on with them. Jump on the set, get shut down. Looking like a semi-respect to your club, that rhythm. Looking like a threat when I dub that, listen. This is my place, get the vibe straight. Been a minute with a right fade. They get my shade. Couple brothers never like me. They keep quiet ways. Got a minute on the side, getting mad at us. Wishing they could grab it. This is
I came third
in my first one, and then I came second in my second one. Then the last one I came fourth.
And what race was that, Daytona?
Yes, it was a big track and it was so smooth. Had a lot of braking bumps. Minios was very cool. Had a lot of jumps. Had a lot of step-ups too. Step-ups were my favorite.
Heaven sent, but heaven isn't blessed unless they mention him. Energies be centering my serotonin. This is just to test the strength I'm ever growing. Reaper cause, I keep it going. Wishing they could answer that. Monetary artifact. Save your soul, the easy road is faster with a darker path. Distance if you charter that. I remain a smarter man, so if I lay my hands upon the lamp, I'll get the answers back.
When we was younger, growth wasn't that fast. I think it's due to the equipment that they're on now compared to when we was younger. So I admire a lot of these guys being able to do the type of stuff that they do.
Crash, all right.
My biggest crash. Damn.
You could be here overnight with your hard crashes, Sheikums.
I'm glad I don't remember the hard crashes, let's just say that.
I had about at least 5-6 concussions.
I got a concussion.
Broken wrists, broken fingers, broken elbows, broken foot, broken back, cracked ribs, contused your lungs.
I was practicing, hit this triple, and I hit it a few times, and then I came up short, bottomed out. I messed up my hip. I just knew I couldn't walk, and I had to go to the hospital.
Just something stupid on a practice day. I went over the handlebars and I ruptured a kidney, and I was peeing blood and stuff like that. And then I did that on the Thursday, and I raced on the Sunday because I was trying to win the championship.
And another one was when I went down and I bent the whole front fork of the PB. So, yeah, hell, PB was done.
I went round, I was racing that day, and I was screaming. Everyone could hear me.
All the crashes where I broke something, broke a bone, it was a slight crash. But it just hurt a lot more. Like all the big crashes, 9 times out of 10, you get knocked out. So you don't really remember nothing.
To be honest, it wasn't even a crash. Like it was, my technique and different stuff was a little off, and I used to ride with my feet pointing out.
When I came off the 100-footer,
I went to the inside, the toe of my boot right there just caught the hump, and my foot turned a bit, and I actually heard the bone snap.
my bike cut out, and then somebody came straight up behind me and they rode into me.
Like, see, that one hurt, I ain't gonna lie, but it's crazy, that one didn't really hurt as much as I thought it was going to, but I feel like it didn't hurt that much because I already had like lingering injuries, so I just like re-aggravated them, so it was basically like me just bumping it.
I just had one earlier today. I came off this jump and I got a little squirrely, and then I was on the ground and someone hit me in my back.
My uncle, Zico Majors, he ended up flipping right in front of me. I was in the air on his triple jump. I tried to avoid him, which I did, but I ended up crashing and ended up cracking my L2 vertebrae in my back.
I got a bad jump, so I was way back. By the time we got around to the finish line jump, going over for the first time, a few guys went to my left on the outside, and I went straight to the inside, and I seat bounced the finish line jump, but as I got in the air, I realized somebody was down already in front of me. And I landed on his bike and went over the bars, and that was it. My season done.
Usually, like, riders don't think about crashing. You know, if it happens, it happens. Get up. If you break something, heal up, get back on the bike. But yeah, I don't think about crashing, I just ride.
I would say my biggest injury is probably ACL. And it's crazy because I didn't even crash. Like, I just put my leg out the wrong way, it popped.
I had shattered my tib fib.
Didn't even pull off.
Dislocated my knee.
I can't even explain it, but it's like I didn't want to believe it, so I just kept riding.
And cracked my femur.
And then when I hit a jump, it actually popped out of place.
I tore all the ligaments in my knee.
So when I landed, I had to land sitting down because I couldn't stand up. That's when I knew like something was out of place.
As soon as they constructed my knee, I didn't have no ligaments. So I had to wear a brace, and I was already trying to ride a bike with her.
And once I got surgery, that's when it really hit me. Cause I was stuck on my friend's couch in a camper.
With the brace on my knee. So probably a couple months before I was actually able to ride, not by the doctor's orders.
Like I was having to like crawl on my back, like slide on my butt, like on my back to the toilet, lift myself up, keep my legs straight, and use the bathroom, like almost laying across the toilet.
But altogether, it took me more than a year to actually race and be competitive.
It was a lot, but it wasn't too bad.
Had a concussion when I believe I was 7, 8.
Broke my leg, so I was out for like 2019, 2020.
And then after that, got back on my bike, 65, broke my arm. And then after that, got on 85 and broke my arm again on the same spot.
But one thing about hard hits and hard crashes, your body forgets pain. So, yeah, ready for more.
Oh, Chong got the hardest number, number 6.
Reason behind that is my birthday, 2007. Always had 07, so keep it up.
Yo, my nephew used to ride. Rest in peace, Ezra.
It was the day I was born, January 28th. My birthday is September 27th.
He is number 6. So from he passed, you know, we was tight. The time he passed, I said, I'm gonna be number 6 for life.
I loved Jeremy McGrath, so my number was always 1 or 2.
I'm grateful 7 days a week, and Bubba Stewart was one of my idols. But 7 days a week, I'm grateful.
My third bike was a Honda, and at that time, I had the graphics and everything done up as a replica to Kevin Minton's number 14.
Travis Pastrana is definitely a hero of mine. Seems like a cool guy, you know?
Grew up watching Cars, Lightning McQueen, and I just wanted my number to be 95.
My first son was born August 14th, and after that, that sealed it. Like, can't change it.
Danger Boy Diggin was my favorite YouTuber, and I thought I'd just go 39.
I could be number 1, but I'm still number 6. Feel me? As the old day.
Who do you guys think had the better season?
Me.
I did.
I did.
I did.
Oh, I had a way better season than you.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I never read the PB class. Like everybody that does good in the PB class is basically a 50 carburetor, just going to the PB class to just go in. Those bikes don't teach you the torque of a real 50. They don't teach you how to jump. They don't have suspension. Like at the end of the day, they're just not real bikes. But as far as like actually taking that class serious, I think it's a waste of time. I don't know. I've always thought it was a waste of time.
No, I think they should go on the PB class. Because you could get on the PB one time and it's not so saucy. It's like more forgiving, it's more easier to ride.
I don't say skip it, but I don't say stay on it too long because that's just like the introduction to it.
The Kerbers and KTMs, they do help you advance faster.
Even if you win at Loretta's, you're not going to get no Kerber deal. You're not going to get no factory ride off of no PB.
It's so much money and it kind of discourages you. And once you get past that, you're doing clutches and gears anyways.
The PB is safer, so you can learn the fundamentals on the PB. It's different because you got both brakes on the handlebar, but it's safer.
The PB50 is not a real bike. That's just my opinion.
Nowadays, kids are getting more riding experiences earlier, riding like electric bikes like Stasics.
I think if the kid is small, he might not be ready for the 50 yet.
Depends on how big the kid is, they can go straight to a bigger bike.
It's correct when it comes to skipping the class, money-wise, and actually learning, because you learn more on a 65 than you do on any other bike.
I'm gonna stand on what I said. I think the PB class is a waste of time.
I admire my father, which is Otis Ingham. Robbie Smith was our first pro guy. He raced in Atlanta when they didn't have camps and stuff like this here. So I admire Robbie a lot.
He fit this, Cody, Cassidy, Tino. I like Micah's technique. I like Micah's technique, his feet is tight with the bike. He's gonna be nice when he gets to it if he keeps up with it. Speed is nice. Superman. Mikey. Everybody in Express nice.
I just admire people like that, people that die hard of the sport.
The kids here need a lot of work, and I don't want to sound like brutal and like I'm bashing anybody, but like they need a lot of work. I ain't gonna lie. Everybody in Bermuda needs a lot of work when it comes to motocross, even me.
I come down here, and then I go away for 6 months, and I come back, and the improvement level is crazy.
I got closer to winning a race than him.
But I actually won a race. So,
I did too.
man.
I've been riding since I was, like I said, 5 years old. Started racing when I was 6, and I've seen lots of riders come and go.
I can't even count. It's been so much. Like, it's been so many. Everyone thinks it's easy and they're fast. So I'm seeing loads of riders come and leave.
Yeah, plenty riders come and go. I must give it up to Aaron and Gap. The young guys have been doing this for 20+ years.
Dale, Dale, it was tragic what happened to him. He's a really good guy. His family is great people.
I'm seeing a lot of good riders pass away.
It's just sad. It's a great person that got taken from us.
Pace? Oh, Pace was my boy, man. Man, I miss Pace. Rest in peace.
Fingers came out with me. That was like one of my biggest competitions. Pace was, he was one of my idols.
I remember Fingers too. Yeah, Fingers was nice.
There's kids that you see kids that had the talent, they had it.
It's been a lot of guys. A lot of people come race, stop riding, start back riding. It's an expensive sport.
Yes, the sport is very expensive. Well, it's expensive starting buying a bike, but maintaining isn't really too bad.
It's crazy. That's why I only ride on race days, because it's like my bike's got to last 17 times.
Suspension-wise, a couple thousand, bike 6,000, so.
I don't even feel like it's expensive. Like,
here it's actually quite cheap to do a lot of riding in it. You know, you could do it in a week straight after work.
The sport's very expensive.
Oh, it's really expensive. Could be overwhelming.
Just to have a bike in my class is $10,000 easy.
That's why a lot of kids, like, they go to a certain class, then they stop because you need a new bike pretty much for every class. So.
You need rebuilds, you need this, you need tires, you need grips, you need gas. To do a season in Bermuda like comfortably and like do it at your full capability, you need at least 10. I'll say at least 10 for a season here.
These boots are $600-700. Your gear's about another $250. Helmet $600. Goggles another $100.
that's bare minimum. Like,
because we got to ship in all the parts, we just can't go up the road and get parts.
It's what you love, so everything comes with a price.
My name is Aiden Simmons and I ride 85cc. 14 years old.
Aiden, I'm worked with him for a long time, but like he rides a lot, so it's like for the most part, he rides almost every day when he can.
Okay, who's your biggest competition down there?
Aiden.
I would say nobody. Yeah, myself.
Behind your bike number?
Cause I just thought the number looked cool.
Yeah. How you doing your first race?
Bad. Aggressive and smart.
What's something you think you're good at?
My starts and my technique. I've raced at Walter Stern, Backats, Pontrellas, and I've been training at Doncaster Motor Park.
that's a hard question. That's my definition.
Jonah is a top rider. Ben Tat and everyone is a top rider. Comes from the neighborhoods and stuff. They're natural riders, I think.
Right now, I would say Jonah is my biggest competition. And once I get in shape, it's over for him too.
It's good. Like I give credit where it's due.
Most of my wins, I'm past people on like the last lap or the second last lap, so that's something I think I'm good at.
Yeah, definitely future.
Jonah Tucker, expert class.
Ball in my court, high step is a layup. Keep moving, it's a trailer. Kitchen got me trying to get my cake up. Ball is coming to me, not straight up. Ball in my court, high step is a layup. My life like a movie, just keep moving, it's a trailer. Chefing in my kitchen got me trying to get my cake up. They got the hardest cheese.
My first experience, I think I was like 3 or 4 maybe. Got a bike. Well, I saw it on TV first. Yeah, keen on her. I didn't really have a PB. I ran right into the 50 class, and then yeah, I was just a threat from then, I'll say. I can't remember, but I actually think I came in first. First or second for sure. I wanted to be number 7. Obviously, I got it from James Stewart. But Jyire had number 7. So then I had to choose between 77 or 777. So then I just chose number 7, 2 sevens. My rookie season, I would say it's getting good. I should have won more races than I have. I'm the fastest person out there most of the time, but crashing and stuff really just pushed me behind. So, but other than that, I feel good. I feel like I'm the fastest person.
Cut that! Hear me? Cut that! No, 125 too.
Yeah, Jonah is actually adapted quite well. I would encourage him to keep doing what he's doing because he's doing well.
I think he's a good rider. A little bit of learning to do, but overall he's a real good rider.
I would say it's pretty good. I made a lot of passes scrubbing and staying loose. That's pretty much how I make up my time. Biggest competition, yeah, Cajun, LJ DeGraff, them two. I would definitely say I need to work on my sprint speed in the first half of the race because I just feel like they pull away from me, but then I have to catch up. So if I could just stay there the whole time, then I'll be good.
It's got time to like develop.
Right now, I just want to go to a big race and just be up the front.
He needs to get some overseas training because like Bermuda's not enough for people at that skill level. Somebody like Jonah, if you put him around fast people, he's going to get fast.
Right now, every single kid that is riding right now has the potential to like be something.
Yeah, a couple of those young boys are real quick.
I would say the kids that's got potential is all the kids that's been in the classes right now.
But they seem to go away and do a little training thing away and then come back and then one of them's even faster than the other one and those guys are just getting quicker and quicker and quicker. I couldn't tell you which one's going to be the best one.
At the end of the day, like, yes, Jonah is very good, but he's 17 years old. I was fresh out of middle school, winning the expert class. I won that championship right out of middle school. So it's like, this guy's doing his finished high school, was 17, about to be 18. I was 13 going 14, and I was winning the expert class. So it's like, that's what I judge Bermudian talent. That was before all the overseas training, all that. But I'm just going over statistics. Like Jack Lawrence is not even, he just went 20. And he's at the pinnacle of his career. He can't go no further. He's done everything that you could possibly do at 20. So I just judge everything off of like the best. And the best in Bermuda is me. I ain't gonna lie.
Kaijan Simons, and I raced the expert class number 217.
I like the way Kai rides. Kai 217, I like the way he rides.
Born in 2002, I took the 2 from that. My birthday is the 17th. I was either going to be 121 or 217, so I chose the 217 a little better. Like, I'm always been a naturally fast rider, just like my natural talent.
Every single day I feel the pressure. Double up the work, let's make it extra. Working so my mother get a rest, yeah. Working like I never knew I'm blessed, yeah. Every single day I feel the pressure. Diamonds in my eyes, I know I'm special. In the gym, I gotta get my reps up. In the gym, I gotta get my...
I sort of was like brought up into the sport. My papa, my dad, stepdad, my uncle, everybody around me like rode bikes, and then my dad had an ATV when I was younger, so looked up to him riding that. And then when I was 3, I got my first bike, start riding, been on it ever since. It was funny. Well, to me it was funny, and my mom and everybody was scared, but I was in my yard riding, and I just, you know how most kids do, just got on the bike wide open, done that, and rode straight into a wall. A lot of people didn't know about New Year's Day. I was like riding sick, had just beat COVID, so I was pretty drained and stuff. And then the next race, I ended up crashing, cracking my wrist, and then came practice one day and like sort of jammed it a bit. So it went backwards. Like I said, it's been an up and down season, but it's my first season back since 2018.
Tevin has a lot of potential to be, he's basically one of Bermuda's best now, but he has a lot of potential to be, take the island as far as we have ever seen it.
Not aggressive, but I just wanted to like go. Like got on bigger bikes and got fast and different stuff. I realized you have to go slow to go fast. It's hard to explain, but it's like if you're just wide open and you're swapping and overriding, you will make more mistakes versus backing it off. So everything flows and comes together as one. In the gym, I gotta get my reps up. In the gym, I gotta get my... March 2024, I have another race, Daytona. It's one of my favorite races, being I had won 2 championships there. I coming there with my chest out a bit. So maybe get out in Canada, hit some pro rounds out there, or try get my pro points for next season, do some Supercross features, and then try line up on the line, probably 2024, 2025 for my pro debut, whether it's motocross or Supercross.
What rider down there do you admire the most?
Jonah.
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 I admire Jonah. Jonah.
Jonah.
What you guys gonna say, Jonah?
Probably Jonah.
A lot of kids look up to me, says like I kind of have to ride, like I'm kind of got an obligation, especially if I'm gonna be training kids. Like you kind of gotta play, even though most times the coach don't play. This sport's kind of different.
Jonah Smith. I raced the expert class in Bermuda.
I'm not picking sides. I got money on my mind. I'm not gonna sit here waste your time. No.
My earliest memory is probably riding with my brakes in when I was a kid. Like I used to ride with flat tires, I couldn't tell the difference. That's how slow I was.
I feel like it wasn't chosen, it was just like put in my face, and that's basically where it started.
Obviously, I'm getting older now, so obviously I'm a little bit more, I wouldn't say fearful, I'm just a little bit more careful. Like once I got to Club Max, I used to push myself so hard to where it's like, if I crash and die, I'm good. Like, I would like die for a smile. But now it's like, I'm got a little bit more. I wouldn't say I've got more to lose now because I had just as much to lose then, but it's like, I just think a little bit different.
Number 7 is just short for 17 because racing away, like every time I signed up, it was always somebody with number 17. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna run number 7. And then James was number 7, so it's like, why not?
I wouldn't say I tiptoe around the track, but I'm kind of like light on my bike. I kind of like to flow around the track. I don't really attack nothing too hard. My ride style changes depending on the track. I kind of preach elbows up, but like I'm at the point now where it works for me, so.
Jonah, I like how Jonah's corner speed is. Like, it's fun to watch. That's something I work on.
I basically focus on every single turn. Like every 100 feet in front of me, that's what I'm focusing on. Just focusing on getting in and out of stuff. Scrub game's tired right now. It was good at one point. I could do a fat whip. It depends the jump though. It just depends the jump. I feel like I ain't lost that.
Like I was in the States full time, but I never really got no training. I was basically doing the same thing I was doing in Bermuda, just overseas.
So it's like right now I ain't even really training. I don't run, I don't go to the gym. Right now it's just showing up on the weekends and just riding. After work, I ain't got nothing else to do besides change diapers. It is like, that's all I do.
Maybe my cornering, I kind of lean under the bike too much. Probably could be on top of the bike more.
I honestly think like people always say like I'm naturally gifted with riding, but I don't think I am. Like I think I actually had to put in work. Like, cause I remember growing up, like I wasn't that good at it. That's why I never really wanted to ride. Like I used to like the idea of it, but I only started like enjoying riding when I actually started to get good at it.
I'll say 30+ races in the States since I was out there. I'm raised once in Canada. I'd rather not talk about how that went.
I would say like the nerves from those races is like makes you sick, like you got the flu. If you get a whole shot or something, it's the best feeling in the world. It almost feels like you're on the track by yourself. The regional qualifiers to actually get to Loretta's is probably the most stressful race because it's like if you don't make it here, you're not going to the finals.
Certain age, if you don't have the funding behind you, it's kind of hard to like make it. So if I was in the States, I could work and ride wherever I want, go to whatever race I want. I could take vacation and just drive to a race like Bermuda. I'm gotta get plane tickets, gotta get rental, gotta find a bike, gotta carry all my gear. I was living in the States, it'll be a little bit more easy to live a normal lifestyle and also have a second life racing motocross. Like here is impossible. You can only have one life in Bermuda.
I am going to do Loretta's again, plus 25 and probably pro sport. I'm a weekend warrior now, so I would like to change that soon, but I'm just trying to get through this first couple stages of parenthood and then we start racing again for real.
Because it could be anything. It could be, all right, I'll tell you what my definition is of a top rider.
A top rider?
Somebody that has all the fundamentals of racing, meaning starting, technical, also not technical.
More like guys that know how to ride, like
everything that has to do with this sport.
Top rider, anybody that's brave enough to put their legs on one of these and hit the track.
You're a dog. If you're a dog, you're a top rider to me. If you fight, you got that hard.
A top rider to me is wide open, is scrubbing everything, is efficient on his bike.
I don't know. Somebody like Tomac and Jack Lawrence, like damn, are top riders. Like,
you don't have to be the fastest person.
You ain't gotta be the best. But if you could ride and you got a little fight in you, you're a top rider to me.
I like guys getting fast. You know what I mean? That's a top rider to me.
They could be the best person that day. Somebody that's gonna be there every weekend. That's a top rider to me.
I don't care your skill level. As long as you got the balls to go out there and ride, you're a top rider.
You know, just stay wide and don't ride. I don't believe in that.
That's what I say, you got that dog in.
Yeah, that hard, that fight, yeah.
Because it's so hard, because really I think a top rider, when I think of top rider, I don't even think of motocross, I think of only road. That's the first thing that pops in my head. Because so much people's like, I'm a top rider, I'm a top rider. Actually, I lied. Top rider is if you're confident. That's what it really is, if you're confident. If you're like, yo, I'm nice, I'm a top rider.
it's crazy how much of a crazy term that I don't want to say ignorant, but it's just like a stupid term. I can't like if people call me top rider, it's just like don't call me that.
Yo, you come right there, sick. Yeah. In it. Let's start that one over. Here, go ride this. I'm almost done. Go in the car and get candy. Go in the car and get candy. Car's right there. Go get candy.
I think my mom, my dad, my Uncle Aaron, and my papa.
At the Sarah's gas station, my dad, my mom, obviously. ACF, my godpa's business.
Hey! All right!
Burmese Stride. I like to thank Uncle Miguel too. I just started training with him.
It's been up and down, but I'll say... Hi. What's up? 1 second.
I want to thank my mechanics, my brother, my family, and my sponsors.
My mama, my daddy, my Uncle Melvin, Smucks, my mechanic Warren, and my whole family.
Sit down right here and watch.
Pop.
No pop. Sit down right here and watch. Oh man, pick up the pop. Come on, bud. That's got a little dirt on it.
Yeah. He has to be quiet.
As any talking because I'm talking.
I first started.
Okay, stop. Stop. Go over there. Go over there.
Thank my wife, man. My wife, the biggest supporter. Huh? Big J, best wife, top supporter. Barnyard racing team, the whole team. My broad meals, my nephews, Junior, developed the whole sport, whole barnyard racing team, king size, everybody.
John, see that dress? You can always do one.
Yeah. I'm already got you.
Yeah, I already got one, John.
Hey, yo, I gunshot. Anywhere me go, let me get all this. Yo. Shot out, 103. Da-da-da.
Early, big dread, big tooth, the whole hood, bro. Couldn't be me without them. That's it.
One of my favorite races after I won 2 championships there, so I sort of like going back there and...
Wait till he pulls off.
Yeah, I'll just redo the whole thing.
All right.
That's my lollipop.
Oh, it is? What's... Yeah, give it a go. What's
The first time. Oh no, I gotta go ride. Yeah, I'm in the 85 class. I'll do that to 85. Okay.
That's the name of the movie.
Top rider?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I make sure I leave that last.
Okay. Yeah, that's a clean name too. Top rider.
You need something to hold that door.
Hold the door?
Yeah. Something heavy.
Yeah.
I've got to get to the track, by the way.
I thank my mom, my dad, godpa, my auntie, my trainer, grandma, my sister.
I'll say Leveled Up Racing. That's why my Any Life sponsored this year. I'd like to thank my baby and my girlfriend, man. That's, they keep me level.
I might have to re-answer that question. Let me think about it. Now that I know that's the name.
And a little bit of videos. Okay, stop.
I'd like to thank my daddy for everything he's done for me in my motocross career. And he jump started me, even though I was already started, but he jump started me. He pushed me forward, and taught me how to not give up, and he always kept me bike school and my new girl and everything.
I want to thank my daddy for hiring our sponsors to get us new things, like buying me gear, taking me all the way to train, letting me have fun on the bike, teaching me how to take corners and, jumps. And I also want to thank my brother for encouraging me to never give up, teaching me how to ride better.
He's a pain in the ass, isn't it?